Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. How about you?
Really good. Can I go to the restroom?
Hurry. Hurry, hurry. All right, let's see. What do we got? So, how many terms do we have? 3. Do they have anything in common? No. So, I'm going to do factors of 45. What are the factors of 45? 5 and 9 definitely comes first. Oh, no, 15 and 3. So, 3 and 15. Excuse me. You are right. Let's see. Is that all of them? 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 repeats. Yep. Okay. So, I have 4 x's. So, to split 4 x's up, how do I do that? X squared and x squared. And what about, which one gives me the positive 14? 5 and 9. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we factor, please make sure you take it seriously, because I noticed on your test that most of us do not still know how to factor everything, especially when it comes to these. So, we are going to have a factoring bell ringer test very, very soon, probably sometime next week or the week after that. Right before Thanksgiving, though, it'll happen, okay? So if you don't know how to factor, you better be coming to zero period to get with me, okay? Because I'm not kidding, guys. You have to know how to factor. Everybody good? Okay, that's my preaching for the day. Here we go. So, factors of 7. What's the factors of 7? 1 and 7. And I got a factors of 28. Factors of 28.
1
Uh-huh.
2 14.
Uh-huh.
4 and 7.
4 and 7. Perfect. All right, here we go. Okay, you remember foiling? First, outer, inner, last? Okay, I'm going to go over this because some of us didn't even put our first down. The first is the easiest part. First has to give me this first number, which is 7c squared. Which one gives me 7c squared? 1 and 7. Okay, that should have been the easiest thing ever, was that part. Y'all okay? All right, your outer is 7 times something, right? What's my goal to get to? Negative 45. So 7 times which one of these numbers is going to get me the closest to 45? It's okay if it goes over, and it's okay if it's under. 7 times 7? Okay. And what is 7 times 7? 49. We'll worry about signs in a minute, okay? Don't you put signs down there yet. We'll worry about signs in a minute. All right, now I got to do my inner. 1 times something. What was that other number with 7? 4. You have to use 4 because it was paired up with 7. What's 1 times 4? And how will 49 and 4 give me negative 45? Subtract. Well, if I do that, that's positive 45. Negative 49 and positive 4. Very good. So how did I get the 49? 7 times 7. So that is where the negative goes, people, okay? How did I get the 4? 1 times 4. So that's where the positive sign goes, right there. And that's it. You could check your last if you wanted to, but 4 times the negative 7 is negative 28. Yes, sir.
I think on the test, one of the problems, it was like, I think you gotta get 20, like 22 was in the middle. I forgot what was on the outside. But like, I had 2 possible answers that could get it both ways, but it was like, I'd have to do the 7 times 1 and the 7 times 4. So they didn't line up. You know what I'm saying?
Come see me zero period one day and we'll look at it.
Well, I could fix the test.
Oh, well. Yep. All right, let's look at number 3. So you got a certain number, a certain species of fish. PetSpot recommends no more than 1 fish per gallon of water in an aquarium. Have you ever put, because of, bless you, So because of this, if you ever had certain fish that like eat each other if you put too many in there, that's why. Certain ones are real territorial, okay? So let's see. The shape of Titan's aquarium is a rectangular prism. Guys, what's a rectangular prism? Just a rectangle, just a box, right? It's not a big deal. Don't read into that too much. But that's going to bother me because it doesn't line up. Here we go. All right, so the sides measure 20 inches by 8 inches by 15. So you got 20 by 8 by 15. And the aquarium is filled with water to a depth of 12 inches. Why would they not fill the aquarium all the way to 15 inches?
Yeah, there's some there, man.
Do what, Gracie?
It's gonna overflow.
It's going to overflow. Fish breathe air through their water, dear.
Yeah.
Through gills. They don't need air.
Okay, I think that's because, like, I know, because
You need some space. Yes.
You set the floor in, you don't want it to.
Yep. So what happens when you put something in it, what's it going to do to the water? It's going to push the water back up, right? Okay. So what is the maximum number of species of fish recommended by PetSpot for Titan's aquarium? Note that a gallon of water is about 231 cubic inches. So guys, what is this that we're trying to find? When you fill up an aquarium with water, what is that you're finding? That's volume, right? But the thing is, I'm not going to do volume with the 15 because the fish are not going to occupy the whole 15 inches. I'm going to do volume with the 12. So what would be the volume of the water?
1,920 inches squared. Cubed.
Inches cubed, right? Inches cubed. So that's the volume of the water. And it says that a gallon of water is about 231 cubic inches. So what should I do to these two? Divide them. And that'll give you about how many fish you can hold. What is that?
8.3.
8.37?
Something.
3 something. Oh, okay. 8.3 something. So how many fish? 8. There you go. Are y'all okay? All right. What about number 4? So it says a trapezoid is graphed in the standard coordinate plane when ABCD is reflected. Okay, look right here. Reflected over the y-axis, right? Okay, so look, think about this. If you literally flip this over here, right? You're flipping it on this side. What are the coordinates going to be for your x? Are they going to be positive or negative if you're going to the left? They're going to be negative. And what's your y going to be if you're still staying up here? They're going to be positive. Are y'all okay with that?
Yeah.
So let's see if we can narrow down. Let's see. It can be F. Can't be G, right? Because those are both negative. Can't be H because the signs are backwards. Let's see. Those are both positive. That's not it. Well, look at there. I didn't even have to do anything. It's F. Are y'all okay? I'm trying my best. I'm trying to help you. Speaking of ACT, since we're finished with this one, we are going to do Thursdays real quick since today is Thursday. But ACT prep is now going to be every 0 period, every single day of the week. My day is Tuesday. Every other day is going to be a different math teacher. Please don't ask me who it is because I really can't remember what everybody's day is. But if you want to sign up for any day, the white piece of paper up there is available for you to sign up. And just so we can kind of get an idea of how many people is going to come. And please make sure you write to the side of your name what day you want to come. That way we can kind of see if more days need to be, like if more teachers need to be added each day. Good. Y'all good? All right, let's do Thursdays real quick. All right, let's see what we got here. So, explain why the vertical line test can determine if a relation is a function. Ooh, it has been a minute since we've done functions, hadn't it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? 8? Oh, a selection day. I should have known that. Oops, sorry. I should have known that date.
My favorite time.
Oh, Lord, I'm so ready for it to be over. All right, so it's been a minute since we've done these, okay? So what does the vertical line test determine? Like, if I draw a vertical line through something, let me just give you an example.
Oh, where it hits the
X-axis.
No.
No, how many
times?
it has a certain path. I'm done.
Not the x-axis.
It just said
Okay, let me ask my question again, and you think about it, please, before you start spouting off answers. You ready? If I were to draw a vertical line through here, how do I determine if it is a function? If it only hits once, right? So let's draw a vertical line through here. How many times does it hit this graph? Twice. I'm not worried about where it hits the x-axis at or how many times it hits the x-axis. I'm worried about how many times it hits this circle, okay? So it hits it twice. So how does this determine? It says explain why it determines if it's a function. So what cannot happen in order for something to be a function?
You can't repeat.
You can't repeat x values, right? How is this showing me that my x values repeat? Because they line up. So what does that mean about these x values at these points? They're the same. Well, why wouldn't the y values be the same?
Because they're different.
Because one's negative and one's positive in this case, right? So what can we say? Let's see. I know. Let's see. Explain. So we have to start off with I know my answer is correct because. No. All right, let's do our little mace thing. You ready? What's M stand for? Model. Did we model? Did we show a picture? Right? What's the A stand for? Answer. So we got to answer it, right? So explain why the vertical line test can determine if a relation is function. So I know my answer is correct because, what can we say? What can we answer this?
It shows.
Gracie, what?
It shows the x value.
Because it shows, okay, because our model, what, D? Our model, no? Okay. Our model shows that the x values repeat. Okay, C stood for calculate, right? I don't have anything to calculate. There's nothing to calculate. E stands for explain. So let's give a little bit better. Let's do one more sentence to explain. What else could we say?
If x values repeat, it's not a function.
Okay. If x values repeat, the relation, let's use that vocab, okay? The relation is not a function. Good job, Scotty. Y'all okay? Am I lost? Okay. This is tomorrow's. Remember, guys, that I'm not going to be, well, I'm going to be here tomorrow, but I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be in the library all day tomorrow. So if we need to, we can do this on Monday together, okay? So don't give the sub issues. Even in the morning? Yes, even in the morning. If you need me to leave something for you, I can. Which remind me this afternoon or after class when we get done. So if we need to, don't give the sub issues, okay? We can go over this Monday if we have issues with it, okay? Does that make sense? All right, does anybody not have the notes that I just handed out when you walked in? Might not receive the notes. All righty. So go ahead and grab those real quick. Oh, well, it would help if I had a set of notes, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I think I left it there on purpose. Alright, so you see, these notes are pretty short, right? Alright, so we got a test coming up pretty soon. These notes are pretty short. Please don't freak out on me on this stuff. Alright, so we are going to do complete the square. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had me for Algebra 1, I know you did this. If you didn't have me for Algebra 1, I know you're about to learn this, okay? Alright, you ready? Well, because I don't know what teachers taught you and all that good stuff. Alright, here we go. It's really, what? I know that. I'm talking about everybody else. Okay, so what are we doing with complete the square? We're doing the exact same thing we did before. It's just another way to do it. So, when I solve for x, what does that mean? What am I finding when I solve for x? The value of x, yes, but what x means. What does x mean? When I found x before, when I factored and when I graphed, Not the axis of symmetry. That's the vertex and all that good stuff with the formula. What, Chloe? The x-intercepts, Chloe. Very good. So when we find what x equals, we are finding the x-intercepts. Oh my goodness, I can check my work by doing what when I get finished? No. Graphing. And you could plug in 0 for x, but it's only going to give you one of them. I know. So you can graph it and see where it hits the x-axis, right? Are y'all okay? All right, here we go. So what does it have to be equal to? 0, which it is, right? Okay. Also, you cannot have a number in front. If you have a number in front like we do down here on 4, then we'll have to fix it. But right now we're good, okay? So here's what you do. You have to get the x terms by themselves first, okay? So to do that, I need to move something. You need to move the 11, right? Okay, so you have x squared plus 10x is equal to 11.
Wait, so why does it have to be?
It doesn't, but we just always start off with that. That way you don't forget from other stuff we did. This is the only one that doesn't equal 0. All right, so the second step, so this is the first step, okay? Get x's by themselves. The second step is to take your linear term. What's my linear term? The second one, right? So, and then we're going to, it's a positive 10. We're going to divide it by 2. And then we're going to square it. Why are we going to square it? Because it's called complete the square. Got it? All right. You always take your linear term, which is the x term, the b, divide it by 2 and square it. All right, what's 10 divided by 2? Yes, ma'am.
Did Oscar Gregorio make it in?
No, ma'am, he did not.
Thank you.
All right, so this is 5 squared, right? And what is 5 squared? 25. Are y'all okay with that? All right. Now, look, I'm telling you, you better write this step out right here because this is where you get to cheat in just a minute, okay? If you don't write the step out, you're not going to be able to cheat in just a minute. Remember this? All right, so you take this 25, because it's called complete the square, right? 25 is a perfect square. You take this 25 and you put it on both sides of the equal sign. Why do I do it on both sides of the equal sign? Because what I do to one side, I got to do to the other, right? And what kind of 25 is it? Positive or negative? So I'm going to write plus 25.
Wait, can you go ahead and have that?
Yep. And that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to add 11 and 25. And how much do I get?
36.
Beautiful. And this is where you get to cheat, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? Okay. We need to factor this right here. X squared plus 10x plus 25, okay? So you need to find factors of 25 that add or subtract to be 10. Oh my gosh, you don't have to do it because you get to cheat right here. It's right here. You see where it's already squared? Okay. So I'm going to write x plus 5 squared. If you don't believe me, write it out twice. Let me show you. What's your first? No. What's your outer? What's your inner? What's your last? What's 5x plus 5x? It's the exact same thing. Y'all okay? Or you could just cheat, so you don't have to factor. What, D? Where? Because it's right here, that's what's squared. And right here, I wrote it twice and factored it. X squared plus 5x, and it gives me the exact same thing. Okay? Just always cheat and look right here where the square is. That's why it works to cheat. Okay? All right, so I got to find x because I got to get where those x-intercepts are. So I got two things with my x value. What do I have to do first? No, quit saying that. You have to square root, right? So here we go. I'm going to square root this.
Miss Blackman?
Yes, ma'am?
Sarah Moran make it in?
No, ma'am, she did not.
Thank you.
All right, so that gives me x plus 5 equals, it equals 6, right? But here's the thing. When you take the square root, it is not just 6. When you take the square root of anything, it is always positive and negative. Why is that? Because what's 6 times 6?
36.
What's negative 6 times negative 6? It's also 36, right? Y'all okay? Matthew, what was your question?
Will we ever have a problem it doesn't make it to like perfect?
No. Because when you square anything, it'll always make it a perfect square. All right, so here we go. What do we have? We have x plus 5 equals positive 6, right? And we have x plus 5 equals negative 6. So, if I subtract the 5 on both of them, 6 minus 5 is 1, and negative 11. Oh my goodness, let's take our handy-dandy calculator, and let's see if that is correct. Now, in order to graph it, what does it have to equal? 0. So let's type it in. You ready? X squared plus 10x minus 11. And then we're going to hit graph. And where should it hit my x-axis at? Oh, looky there. What's it hit at first? Positive 1. Wait, I don't have a negative 11. Oh my goodness, what can I do to see the whole picture? Window. And what do I need to change? What letter is this, people? X. So my x, minimum or maximum? Minimum to negative. Let's do negative 12. Is that okay? Make it big enough? All right, let's see what the, oh, looky there. Oh my goodness, what is that? That's negative 11. Wait for it, and that's positive 1.
Wow.
Where else could I check to see if this is correct? You could go to your table. And what should happen at positive 1 and negative 11? Oh my gosh, 1 and 0. And, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. There you go. What happens at negative 11? 0. Y'all okay? All right, now do you understand why I'm going to be frustrated with some of you over your test scores? Because you didn't check your stuff? All right, go back to your window real quick. And let's change that to negative 10, okay? And then hit second quit. All right, let's do another one. You ready? All right, we gotta hustle because we gotta get through some of these today. All right, number 2. So, very first step. Oh, let's circle these. Excuse me. I didn't circle my answers over here. Sorry, guys. Very first step is you have to get your x values by themselves. So, you say x squared minus 13x is equal to negative 36. Y'all okay? Second step is to take the second term and divide it by 2 and square it. Holy moly, that's a bunch of 2's. You ready? Second step is to take the second term, which is negative 13. Yes, you got to take that negative. Divide it by 2 and square it. Don't you dare use that calculator to get a decimal. Don't do it. Now, how do I square a fraction? This means negative 13 over 2 times negative 13 over 2, correct? What's negative 13 times negative 13? You better know it. 169. What's 2 times 2? 4. Y'all okay? You see how these are both perfect squares? Okay, so we're going to complete the square by putting our perfect squares over here. All right, so I have x squared minus 13x plus or minus. What is this? Plus 169 over 4, right? There you go. Can I go ahead and put that 36 over 1? Is that okay with y'all? Okay. Anybody lost? It's the same exact steps, guys, okay? All right, so can I go ahead and factor this? Can I go ahead and cheat and factor this? Oh my goodness, where do I look to cheat? Right here, where the square is. What's the square say? The square, guys, I'm pointing right to it. Negative 13 over 2 squared. Now, do you see why I'm telling you to cheat? You see what a monster that would have been to factor? All right, in order to add fractions, hopefully your paper's on your desk and you're writing this down, because if not, your mama and I are going to have a talk. So, hopefully you understand how to add fractions, right? How do we add fractions? You get the common denominator. What's common between 1 and 4? 4. Hopefully your pencil's in your hand and you're doing this with us. Ready? All right, so what's negative 36 times 4? Negative 1 44, right? Okay, over 1 times 4 is 4. And since I have like denominators, what is negative 144 plus 169? Positive 25. And I'm just going to bring this down. Y'all okay? If you put a decimal, I will not even look at the problem. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now. Yep. All right. How do we get rid of this square? You square root it.
Oh, because then it would be 5 over 2.
Plus and minus 5 over 2.
Yeah.
All right, so I have x minus 13 over 2 is equal to, anytime you take the square root, it's always what? Plus and minus. And what's the square root of 25? And what's the square root of 4?
2.
There you go.
But we're not done.
We're not done yet. All right, I've got to move the 13 over 2 over by adding, correct? So I have a positive 13 over 2 plus and minus 5 over 2. Look right here, I just added this over. You always put the plus and the minus one in the back. All right, and I can clean that up a little bit since they have the same denominator. I can put that all over 2. And I can say 13 plus and minus 5.
That's it? That's the answer?
No. All right, here we go. You ready? What's 13 plus 5? And 18 divided by 2 is? What's 13 minus 5? 8. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. You okay? All right, real quick, here we go. We're going to check it every single time, guys, because y'all are not doing it. I've graded half your test already, and you're not checking your work. So we're going to do it every single time. All right, x squared minus 13x plus 36. Hopefully you got your calculator in your hands. Hopefully you got that typed in. It should be a parabola because it's x squared. And oh my gosh, what happens at 9 and 4? Wait for it. Here it comes. Wait for it. There's 4 and there's 9. Got it? Oh my gosh, I just checked my work and I made 100 on that problem. Here we go. All right, let's go to number 3. We got to get through at least number 4 today. Hopefully we really need to get through the whole page, but all right. What's it got to equal? We got to move that 65, right? You got to get the x's by themselves. It's got to equal your constant.
See, when you asked that question, it was confusing.
I'm sorry. It has to equal your constant. I know it because that's all I do all day long is confuse you. I know it. I don't do anything to help you whatsoever. All right. Take this sign and everything. You ready? So it's negative 8. Oh my gosh, the second step. Here we go. Second term divided by 2 and squared. It's a whole bunch of 2's. Make sure you write this step down because you're going to need it to cheat.
Oh, I remember the whole bunch of 2's.
Yeah, Oh, now we remember something.
Yeah.
See, I
She,
learned
like,
none
when
of
we
this
learned
stuff.
it, it was just like, she talked about how many 2's there were.
Second
I
step,
remember
second
that.
term divided by 2 squared.
Yeah, I just remember you talking about a bunch of 2's.
All right, here we go. Negative 8 divided by 2 was negative 4, right? Negative 4 squared is positive 16. So the positive 16 is going to go on both sides. So x squared minus 8x plus 16 equals 65 plus 16. Are y'all okay? All right, what's 65 plus 16? 81. And I can go ahead and factor this and cheat. Where can I cheat? Which one of these do I need to cheat with? The 8 over 2 or the 4? The second one, negative 4. So x minus 4 squared equals 81. Y'all okay? Then how do I get rid of the square? You square root it. It's the same steps every time, guys. There's never anything different. X minus 4 equals, don't you say 9? Plus or minus 9, thank you. So I have x minus 4 equals positive 9, and x minus 4 equals negative 9.
So if we don't write out those steps, how mad would you be?
Not mad. You talking about this step right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Now the rest of them you better have though. Alright, so add the 4 over. What's 9 plus 4?
13.
And what's negative 9 plus 4?
-5.
Negative 5. And we're going to check it, ladies and gentlemen, because when I graded your test, we weren't checking it on our test. So here we go. We're going to type in x squared minus 8x minus 65.
Yeah,
I am your guide through these math problems. I am your guide.
Before you get on the roller coaster and she's saying the rules.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ms. Blackman. I'm your tour guide for these problems. So we can't see the whole picture, right? We know it's got to make a parabola. What's wrong, though? Like, what do we need to fix? Your window, right? All right. We make it, which one, though? Max. Why'd you make the max? Because it's positive. Okay? All right, we'll make 15. Does it really matter? No. As long as it's bigger, no. What? What? It's positive. That's why I made the max. It's 15. Okay, look.
Oh, because we don't have. Okay.
Got it? Are you sure? Yes, Dee. Oh, yes, ma'am, you could. That's what we're doing next. And here it goes at 13, right? It's a big old wide parabola. All right, and so let's see. We can go to second table. You can triple check your work. And what should happen at 13 and negative 5? Oh, my gosh, there's a negative 5 and a 0. And wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There's a faster way. You're not there yet, though. Oh, there we go. 13, 0. There is a faster way, but we're going to do that later, okay? Got it? Yes. All right, go back to your window and change your max to 10. All right. We got to hustle. Here we go. Now, this is the one we needed to get to. Here we go. We really need to get through the whole page, but we at least need to get number 4. You cannot have a number in the front. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Divide everything by 2. Yes. So we have x squared minus 7 over 2x plus 5 over 2 equals 0. And you got to have your x terms by themselves, so we're going to subtract 5 over 2. And ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because here we go. You ready? Okay. I'm going to be your tour guide through the dungeon of completing the square. I don't know. We've got to come up with a better name than that. All right. You ready? Second term divided by 2 and squared. Now here's the deal. You ready? This is going to be a little bit of a monstrosity. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, yes. You remember the old kiss, keep it, switch, switch?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. We're going to keep the negative 7 over 2. We're going to switch division to multiplication. And we're going to switch that 2 to be 1 over 2.
Okay, but why did we do that?
Because we need to make this one fraction instead of 2 fractions. We don't need, 1 fraction is bad enough. 2 fractions is, oh my gosh. Keep the first one. Change division to multiplication. Flip this around. All right, what's negative 7 times 1? Negative 7. What's 2 times 2? 4. Then we're going to square both of them. What's negative 7 squared? 49. What's 4 squared? 4. You see how much better? I mean, it's still not better, but it's...
What, 16?
Oh, excuse me, that's 16. Sorry. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, so that is going to go right here. Zip it on both sides. What? Where? Where? Divide by 2?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here? So I took the second term, which is my linear term, and which is this piece right here. And then you divide it by 2, like everything else, and you square it. And then I keep the first fraction, which is negative 7 over 2, change the division to multiplication, and then I flip this one over and it becomes 1 over 2. You okay with that? Okay. You need a minute? Okay. Alright, here we go. So I've got x squared minus 7 over 2x. Why am I writing a plus again? Because it's a positive, right?
Yeah.
And let's see, negative 5 over 2 plus 49 over 16. Y'all okay? Alright, in order to add these, they have to have the same denominator. So what's the same denominator between? What's like? 16, okay? Which means I get to keep this one. And times the other one by how much? 8. There you go. Alright, so that's negative 40 over 16. Are y'all okay? Alright, can I go ahead and factor this so I don't have so much to write? Don't I get to cheat, right? Right here? Okay, so it'll be x minus 7 over 4 squared. I get to cheat right here. Y'all okay? Stop me if you're confused, guys. This is a crazy thing. They pay me to teach you. Okay? I know, it's weird, isn't it? Alright, here we go. So what's negative 40 plus 49? Positive or negative? Positive. Very good. Over 16. What? You're paying yourself to learn, child.
Yes, see, why isn't that the
So we get rid of this square by square rooting both sides. And the square and the square root go away. So that leaves me with x minus 7 over 4 is equal to, anytime you take the square root, it is always positive and negative. 3 over 4. Very good. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 16 is 4. Okay. Alright, we're going to add that 7 over 4 over. Can I come up here? Is that okay with y'all? I'm kind of ran out of room. So we have a positive 7 over 4 plus and minus 3 over 4. So I can write that as a simplified fraction. Are y'all okay? You sure? Okay. All right, what's 7 plus 3? 10. Divided by 4. And that's 5 over 2. And what's 7 minus 3? 4 over 4 is 1. Are y'all okay? You sure? All right, we got 2 more. We gotta hustle.
Well, we're not doing the one.
Huh. No, we gotta get these 2 other ones finished.
Alright, you might get wrong on the test.
I didn't get it wrong because I've already worked these out. I know what they are. I've already worked them out. I know what they are. Okay. All right, here we go. Can't have a number in front, right?
Right.
Okay, so you divide. Not that I don't get problems wrong. It's just the fact that I've already done these, so I already know what the answers are. Okay. Divide by, no, definitely not. Divide everything by 3. So that'll be 10 over 3x minus 8 over 3. If you're really good, you can go ahead and add that 8 over 3 in one step and save yourself from writing that step.
Yeah.
Y'all okay? Alright, so D, this is going to be the exact same thing again, okay? Alright, second step is taking the second term, divided by 2, and square it, okay? So we're going to take 10 over 3.
These fractions really mess me up because I keep putting the divide by 2. Sorry.
I know. That's why we're doing 2 in a row. Maybe I've done this before. Alright, so here we go. Keep the first one, 10 over 3. Change that division to multiplication, and we're going to flip 2. What's 2 become when I flip it? 1 over 2 squared. Don't forget that square. Alright, so that's 10 over 6 squared. Woo, that's going to be a big number. 100 over 36. Y'all okay? I got you. Don't worry. Bears aren't going to get you. We're going to walk to the animal kingdom, but it'll be alright. Alright, so here we go. It's going to go on both sides.
I like it.
Well, we got to do something. Otherwise, we're all going to go crazy. So let's see, 10 over 3x plus 100 over 36. Huh? You could reduce that by 2 if you wanted to, but for this factoring reasons, let's leave it like that for right now. We'll reduce it once we add that 8 over 3 to it.
Times 12.
Do what?
Times 12.
Times 12. Actually, Sydney, if we wanted to reduce it, we should have done it right here. I didn't see that. But let's not reduce this since we didn't reduce this. Since we've already got everything written too. All right, so let's factor this. We get to cheat, right? We're going to look right here to cheat. Okay, so they'd be plus 10 over 6 squared. All right, let's see. What's common between 36, right? And let's see, I'm going to multiply that by 12 to make that 36. And 8 times 12 is?
Plus 72.
72. Very good.
No. Yeah.
6, that's 96. Good Lord.
I'm strong with you.
I know, I'm struggling. It's 96. I know how to multiply, I promise. I promise. Let's see. X plus 10 over 6 squared is equal to 196 over 36. Whew! Man, we should have reduced to start with. You'll be alright. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. Keep your arms and your legs inside the train at all times. We're on a train. Or a magic carpet. Let's be on a magic carpet. That sounds better. I like that better.
Just keep coming. Like this.
Alright. So we got a square root. What is it? What's the song? I can show you the world. There you go. Here we go. Did you just say that?
Yes.
Alright. I can't see. 10 over 6 equals. Alright. Ooh, what's the square root of 196? 14. What's the square root of 36? 6. What? But we're going to fix it right here. You ready? So we're going to subtract this over. So let's see. That'll be negative 10 over 6 plus and minus 14 over 6. I just subtracted this over.
Okay.
That's all I did.
What you said we can go ahead and do that.
Uh-huh. So let's see. Let's make this one fraction. I'm going slow. I'm not flying. Alright, what's negative 10 plus 14? 4 over 6, which is 2/3.
Wait, what?
Right here, negative 10 plus 14. And what's negative 10 minus 14?
What in the world?
What? Negative 24, right? And negative 24 divided by 6 is? Negative 4. Now, if I lost you somewhere, this video will be posted around lunchtime. Thank you for flying magic carpet. And number 6 is your homework, okay?
Okay, that's one of my favorite.
Are y'all okay for real?
Oh, she opened the door.
Yeah?
When she had opened the door, and now you're laying goes in like some kind of song.
Do you want me to give you the answer for number 6 before y'all go? Wait, you have your calculator. You really don't need the answer, but
It's the right way.
negative 4 plus or minus I square root of 6.
I reduced it from the beginning and I lost
Video. Yep, and then come see me 0 period tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so look, if you got lost somewhere, what should you do? Watch the video, and if that still doesn't work, then you could either email me or come to 0 period, right? Use all of your options. But I'll be here Monday.
Okay.
Well, I'll be here Monday.
Well, will you be here
I thought you said that you get mom.
I might be here for 0 period if you get here at 7:30. I might come in here and be here for like 15 minutes.
like 7:10.
Okay. I mean, I get here at 7 o'clock, but what I'm saying is I'll leave the library and come here.
You at 7:10?